Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Yeah, today we'll be learning how I make this dress, but we'll be focusing on the upper part of it. I've gone ahead to draft out my patterns, draw out my line, my nipple pan line. I'm dividing the shoulder into two. Then I'll connect it with a straight line to meet the nipple pan line. That's my dark line. So I'm going to take out the normal regular dart 0.5, 0.5. Then I connect it. Then I went in again to do my underbust tightening. If you don't know how to do your underbust tightening, how you get your underbust tightening is your underbust measurement round. You minus whatever you get when you connect your waistline. Whatever you minus it from it, you will get your underbust tightening. Whatever you get, you distribute it under the underbust line there. That is I done now. I went up by 3.5, but I actually didn't like the outcome because it was too revealing for me. So you could go up more than that depending on what you want. Then I went in by 1.5 for the sweetheart neck. Then I'm doing a contouring. 0.7, 0.7 was what I used for the contouring of my upper bust contouring. Then I just blend off all the sharp edges. I didn't have the right curve ruler for this, but I worked my way around it. So if you have the right curve ruler, good, use it well effectively. Okay, now I'm going to like cut out. I'm taking my measurements. Just I I'm putting my measurement, then I'll add my seam allowance to it. Hope I'm not too fast. Trying to, I'll add my seam allowance to it and then cut out. You can choose to add the allowance when you're transferring the pattern to the fabric. But I added it here. The back part of this pattern, the back section, I did a freehand in it. So this is what we're making. This is what we're focusing on. We want to alter the upper part of the neckline to give us that. So now I'm putting my shoulder slant 1.5 for front bodies. That's for the front. Then if you're doing for the back is 1. So I'm going to go down by 3. I'm going down by 3. Then I'll connect, do my markings, then cut out. Then before we start the main alteration. So you just cut out. Just take your time, cut out, then label. I have to label the front side, the left side and the right side. This can be tricky. So you just have to, so that you know where you're working on, you know where you want your keyhole neckline to be. If you want it on the right side, I added mine on the left side. So if you want yours on the right side, you can switch it so that it will be easy for you to identify. So now I'm going to just put back my um that's supposed to be shoulder line for the shoulder dart line, yes. So and I'm going to mark the 3. You remember we went down by 3 inch, so I'm going to mark it there. Now what I did was I altered the neckline. I did 0.3.5 before for the normal neckline. Then I went in again by 0.5. So that means the total of my neckline that I did is 4. So I'm going to connect it to the down part. Okay, sorry, it wasn't showing. This other side of it, I came up by 1 inch. I came up by 1 inch. That's 2 inch upward. Then when I reduce from the down, what I have was 1 inch. Just follow, you understand what I'm trying to say. So here I'm going to come in by 1 inch as well. So I'm going to connect this dot to the down part. What I did there was 1 inch. Yes, that place is 1 inch. So I'll connect. Then from this other point, I'm going to connect the second point to meet that 1 inch I went down. You know, I told you I came up by 1 inch. Yes, so I'm going to connect that back to that 1 inch. I don't have the proper curve ruler, so I did a freehand. Just find your way around it, you will get it. So this is what we have. I'm going to do a neck tightening. I did I did 0.2, 0.2, which gave me, that's, we removed 0.5 from the neckline. I sealed it, then cut out. If this is your first time of coming to my channel, you're welcome. Please do make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you get notified each time we upload new videos. So now I'm trying to cross check my work before I cut out the down part of it. So make sure you check if what you're doing align. You can rewatch the video again and again, you get it. So this is me making sure everything. Now I'm going to do my bust start. I didn't do it the initial time. So now I'm taking out the bust start, eliminating the bust start, and here we have it. So I transfer to my pattern. I added 0.5 by the seam, the upper part. The side seam for this one, I don't need that because I added the allowance when I was cutting. So add your necessary allowance and cut here 0.5 all around. Then towards the end of it, I did 2 inch because my allowance was 2 inch. So I did 2 inch extra on that extended end. So now I'm cutting out my sleeve. I took out my shoulder to my chest line is 8. So that's what I mean. That's the straight line I'm indicating. That's 8 there. Then I'm going to divide it by 2. I will come down by 4. Oh no, now I'm taking my length measurement. Yeah, the length that I want. So use your measurement. And I'm going to divide that 8 into 2. I'll put 4 there. I'll mark a straight line 4 there. Then I'll go down by 4 as well. Go down by 4. Then I just connect. That's how I cut most of my sleeve. So I just connect. So what I'll do now is to add sewing allowance that I add to my clothes, which was 2. So I'm adding it there. So that will enable me have an even line when I want to join. I basically like to join my sleeve with the join then sew together. I don't like always like doing that one that you just sew round after sewing before you add the sleeve. I prefer doing it then seal it up all at once. So do what works for you. Then I'm connecting and I'm cutting out. and I notched. So now I'm cutting out my flay. If you don't know how to cut flay, I have a detailed tutorial on how to cut flay. So you just, what you need to do is to take your appropriate measurements, your sleeve measurement, minus the upper part. Whatever left is what you are going to use to cut out your flay. Then you measure your arm, round arm, and then cut. Now I did a freehand cutting for the back of the this thing. So now I'm tracing my mono symmetric line out. So doing the necessary corrections that I need to do, then I'll cut out. This can be tricky, so you just have to place it the right way so you get the right result you want. So I've gone ahead to sew my lining. I just want to show you the process of sewing it. So this is what you should have if you sew yours the right way and cut the right way. This is what you should have. I have a detailed tutorial on how to do a princess bustier. You can, it's almost similar. So now I'm sewing with 0.5 because that's the allowance I added to it. And this is the back. I added my interface, my lining, everything is cut out. Then for the front, I used the fabric for the turning and I added an interface because I wanted to have a little bit of structure. The fabric is kind of light, so I added interface to it. So do what works for you or work with what you have. So now let's go to the machine. I've sewn and I've given it a very good press. Um, I've thoroughly pressed. You need pressing, yeah. So I didn't show the part where I cut the skirts because I have a tutorial on how to cut skirts in my channel. You can go check it out. So now I'm just going to try to align this. So what I did is kind of tricky. So you're going to, I'm going to fold my fabric into two, then measure my shoulder line. Yes, I'll measure my shoulder line and I'll mark it. I will use a chalk to mark it, indicate it there. So that's where I'm going to place my armhole. That will help me locate the right place to place them. If not, it will be very tricky for you. So just take your time and take the measurement. So now I'm placing it there and the other one to the extreme end of the other side. You remember I said I added 2-inch extra allowance because the allowance I added on my fabric was 2-inch. So I'm going to do it in a way that it will sit to the extreme end. And I'm so sorry, I didn't know that the camera didn't cover this part. I thought it was showing. Cover the part of how I actually did that place, but I just put it in like 0.5 or 1 inch. Yes, and I pinned it. That's for the other extreme side of it, not the one with the arm side. That's I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, this is what we'll have when if we sew it. So I'm going to take it to the machine and sew. When you're done sewing, please ensure you notch. I'm sewing with 0.5 round. So after sewing, I did not top stitch. So because I didn't top stitch, I'm going to use a hemming gun to put inside the hem line of my stitch, then press it. So this will do is it will prevent my fabric from the lining from popping up. So that's all I'm going to do. See what I'm doing. But if you don't have, give it a good press. It's still going to lap. Just that anything that is worth doing well. You need your work to always, especially if you're wearing you, you need to come out well. So I've gone ahead to do that. I've here I've joined the both parts, the down to the upper part to the down part of the dress, which I said I didn't show how to do that because I have a video on how to cut your skirts and all that. So how to cut skirts. I have like two videos on it on my channel. I did a mini skirt and a normal half skirt. So you should go check it out. And they are very easy to understand. So this the sleeve, the flare, I've turned it with the lining. It has excess from the round side, and I'm going to pleat it, gently distribute the pleat around the sleeve. That's how I want it. But if you don't want it, you use your accurate measurement. It's going to come out accurate. You don't need to pleat if you don't want to pleat. That is what I wanted for it. So I've marked out my sewing allowance and all that. I don't like my short dress being too tight because of my. Anyways, let's keep just. I've sewn round and I notch. So what this will help me do is to help me distribute whatever excess I have evenly so that it won't look like one side is going like this, the other side is going like that. So if that makes sense. So just align it with the same line of the sleeve, then the other part with the middle part. I also notch this other middle part of the sleeve so I can easily identify where I am aligning them with and pin round, then sew. And we have it. It's very easy. Please make sure to like our channel, subscribe, and leave a comment. It helps our channel. Yeah, leave a comment, and you can share this video with your friends, anyone having difficulties of doing a thing like this. Share our video. Yeah. So now I'm taking it to the machine. I'm distributing my plate. You see the way I'm doing it. I try to show everything I did on this dress. So I'm going to sew around and we'll fix the zip. Yeah. So this is it. We're done with the dress, and it's looking so nice. I like it just that the sweetheart neck